Welcome to Jackie's Craft Table. Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. I'm working on a Mother's Day card in this video. I'm using a picture of some pretty purple crocuses as my inspiration for this card. I took this picture 2 years ago. It's from my garden, and it's been sitting on my desk ever since then, and I've been wanting to draw them. And today is that day. I used a soft leaded pencil to quickly draw them in, and I'm drawing right onto a piece of Bristol Smooth cardstock. I'm using the Bristol Smooth because, as you can see, I pulled out some Zig markers. I haven't used these for a while, and I wanted to show them a little bit of love. I'm putting down just a base coat of color first, because after this is dry, I'm going to come in with a few Prismacolor pencils to add some more details to it. And as you can see, in the middle of the flowers, I'm just leaving a white space so that I can draw in the stamen, because the stamen is going to be bright yellow, and I didn't want the purple to dull that at all. And here I am drawing in the stamen. This is just a very fast video today. I just wanted to show you that you don't always need stamps. Just find an inspiration picture and quickly draw it out. It doesn't have to be perfect, as mine isn't, and create something pretty and fun. I think flowers would be a good place to start because you can't go too wrong with flowers. I think if I were to do this again, I would use a different kind of paper. This paper started peeling because I am doing so many layers. I would choose a watercolor paper because they will take more abuse and layers and paint and color. But as it is, I was pretty pleased with how this turned out. The last little bit of detail I'm adding to these flowers is some veining. I'm just doing some flicking with these colored pencils, and then I'd like to brighten it up a little bit with my white Prismacolor pencil. Because on the picture, the insides of the flowers are very pale and white. Makes them look like they're glowing a little bit. I just thought it was so pretty. I'm using a light green Prismacolor pencil to draw in the stems and the leaves. They're very long and thin. It almost looks like a little patch of grass. It's so cute. Once I have a basic placement of them, I'm going to use a darker Zig marker. Later, I'm going to come in with a light green and a blue Zig marker to put some color around the leaves and the flowers. But I do want some of the greenery to stand out and not to fade completely into the background. I see that I should have drawn the crocuses a little bit closer together, but I'm going to just keep going with this. I was thinking that even if this didn't turn out, at least I learned something from this process. So I put in a little bit of ground beneath my flowers, and now I'm just working on the background. I'm using a water brush just to pull out and soften the edges of these colors. And then it wasn't dark enough for me, and so I do come in with a dark green Prismacolor pencil, and just to deepen the color in between the flowers a little bit. And some brown. I forgot about the brown. I am going to cut this panel down with one of my faux stitch dies. I think this just made it look better. It was just a smaller panel to work with. After I see the cropped panel, I decide to add a little bit more of the brown Zig marker. This just helped to balance the picture a little more. And now to assemble this card, and I cut out a piece of black cardstock, and it just shows very thinly behind this panel. I just wanted it to be very subtle. I used the same die to cut out a piece of lavender cardstock, just to make the card more visually interesting. And then, of course, I'm using yellow because it's the complementary color to purple for the card base. I heat embossed my sentiment onto a piece of black cardstock, and I used the smallest sentiment I could because I didn't want to cover up all of this drawing and coloring I had done. I just love these water droplets, and so I pulled these out again, and I'm using 2 different sizes just to put around my card. I think they just look fabulous on flowers. This glue does go on opaque, but it does dry clear. And that's my card completed. I hope you enjoyed this. And I hope that this inspires you to draw your own flowers for your next card. It was really fun. I want to wish you all a very happy Mother's Day coming up here on Sunday. And to my fabulous mother, I just wanted to say, Happy Mother's Day, Mom. I love you, and I'll see you soon. Bye.